you don't know about this because you don't even know me. You don't even know me. She doesn't believe me for shit. She just, I know you're lying to me. I'm like, man, you're fucking stupid for not believing me. You don't have to believe me. Even my own girlfriend. It's my ex. You can ask her. She's like, I don't need proof. I just don't believe you. I said, of course, like, you ever want to believe you. You don't even like me for shit because you didn't give me a different grade. A student who didn't pass your class, you still let him pass your class. You still let him go on to the next session of the class, on to the next period, like sophomore year, sophomore math. And you make me mistakes. I suppose you don't trust me or not trust me. You don't believe me for my own symptoms I had. And I told her, like, I get really easy headaches and I run very slowly. She's like, stop lying to me. I'm like, I'm not lying to you. You don't even have to believe me for shit. I really do not give a fuck. She's like, can you stop cussing? I'm like, no, I do not. Because you're not believing me. And she's like, get out of my classroom now. I'm glad I'm going to be out of your classroom because I really don't care about that. I'm not going to care about your, like, if I don't pass it because it's going to be your fault for not letting me pass. Even though I turned in every single fucking word. That's just assigned to.
You wanna know what's creepy?
How's it creepy?
No, I said, do you wanna know what's creepy?
What?
Babies. You wanna know why I say that? Because my sister, my baby sister, she's 5 now, but my grandpa, my dad's dad, died about 2 years before she was born. But she knows a lot about him without no one telling her stories or anything.
No, Penguin.
And
It's like telling her about him, about himself.
and my dad's grandma, when she was getting buried, the baby was coming to the world. So when my grandma's casket was going down, my sister was coming out, and it was like at the same time. And she don't know nothing about my grandma, but she knows a lot about my grandma, but she doesn't. She never met her.
But she knows so much about your grandfather, even though he's dead. Yes, I know, I understand the thing when I had no something about my grandpa. He died before I was born in 2004. He died on 2004, that day I was born. July 26, 2004, I remember the whole thing. He died, he passed away because he was getting old already. And my dumbass didn't know nothing about him. And so I felt like the presence coming on to me, telling me everything about him. My mom said, how do you know so much about grandpa? About your own grandfather, even though you never met him? I said, I don't know, you just love, or I don't know. But you're weird. I said, thank you, my dad called me pendejo, maldito perro, pendejo, puto, called me a bunch of dumb shit like dumbass, idiot. I said, thank you. My dad calls me, he starts cussing at me for no fucking reason. And I said, thank you. I'm like, I really don't care what he calls me.
Smoker, you said unmute her.
Oh my fucking god. I'm literally trying to tell a fucking story. Yes.
No.
Yes, Sophie?
Come here, minute.
I don't know. I just find. What if, like, everything is a simulation? What if nothing's real? And this is all, like.
But why does it feel so real?
Well, that's the thing. Simulations are supposed to feel real. They're supposed to feel like you're in them. Like, you're the person, like, actually in the simulation.
So if you get shot, then you're gonna shot when you take off the glasses?
No, that's not what I mean. You're supposed to, like. You're supposed to feel like you are the person or the thing in the simulation. That's why they're called simulations. They're supposed to represent how real life is. What if we're not in real life? What if we're in a simulation? And the real us is in some other world, on the other side of some glass, or some little piece of technology.
You know, you need to watch. You need to watch The Magicians on Netflix.
No. What?
Yes.
But what if it's like that? Like, what if we're not us? What if we're not really who we are in this life? We're some other person in some different, complete different life. We could think that we're really like us, when in reality we could be someone in a complete different universe, in a complete different world, or on
So
some other
I'm
side
Vin
of
Diesel?
technology. You could be, right now you're some fucking like small Indian man, but in some
Nah, I bet you I'm Vin Diesel. I bet you I'm Vin Diesel.
no, like seriously, in some other world you could be a complete different person. You could look different, sound different. Like, you could be some other different person that's nowhere near how
I mean,
you
my
really
poop
are.
smaller in another world.
Really, if anything could be different in a different life, you could be some person that you like always thought you wanted to be. You know what I mean? You could be someone like you've always dreamed of being, or like you want to look like this, or I want to be cool and look like this or that. You know what I mean? In your other world, the reason you want to be that person is because that's how you are in the other world. That's who you are. What if you want to be that person because that's who you are in your other life? Just think about that. Because no one thinks about stuff that serious. Everyone takes stuff like that, oh, no, it wouldn't be like that because that makes no sense. But when in reality it does. You want to be like that person because that's how you are. That's who you are.
Nice work. Biohazard container secure.
What if that's how life really is? And just no one knows it? Because when your simulation ends, there's no way to tell anyone else that this really isn't life.
Well, what is life?
That's the thing. Why do you think that nobody can ever find out what the meaning of life is? Maybe because we're not in life. This is just some alternate reality that we're in.
But why?
It could all just be a game to the other side of us. Or maybe when you get this simulation, you get to customize what you look like throughout your life. And you get to customize how you want to look.
Well, I don't want to look like I'm fat, so that don't work.
You don't know that. You don't know how the other side of you really feels. How the other side of you really is. Because you don't know the other side of you. You've never seen the other side of you. You have to think about that.
So you're saying the other side of me is probably a skinny crackhead that wants to be fat, so you made me fat?
He could be. You'll never find out. You're never gonna know who you really are. And that's terrifying. You'll never know the real you.
Well, who is the real you?
Exactly. That's what everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to know, what's the meaning of life? what's this? What's that? And the reason we can't find out is because this may not be real life. We may just be some people in a simulation. We may be people that just... We just may not even be ourselves. We could be some complete other person, like the opposite of how we are today. And the thing is, we would never know. Until the day we die, we're never gonna know that. And that's sad. That's terrifying. That's why no one talks about that. No one admits it. Because they're too scared to admit it.
No, because the people that actually talk about it, they are called crazy, and they're in the loony bin right now.
Yeah, they're called crazy. Because it may be
And they're
real.
in the loony bin right now. Do you know what the loony bin is?
No.
Alright, you know how they have those people. You know how they have those people with the little white vest on where they can't move or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Mental
That.
asylum.
Yep. It's called the loony bin.
Ew.
That's
I've
what
been
I
in
call
one
it.
of those actually from being suicidal. I tried to hang myself 13 times. I grabbed multiple ropes, I tied them to my wrists, and I stopped them, and I tried to hang myself 13 times. That's another part of my story from suicide. I didn't care about life. Nothing. Life was just so pointless to me. There was no point in me living, and nobody cared about me. Except that
Well,
one
that's
person
another
that
thing.
I
What if,
had.
just what if we don't like being in this simulation? So suicide is the way that we try to get out of this simulation.
But that's the thing. If you... Alright, you say it's a simulation, right?
It could be a simulation, yes.
You want me to do the TED Talk shit? I got you. You said this is a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
If you kill yourself, and you're in a simulation, and all the people that you built up and you met and you care about that they said they don't care about you, and you kill yourself, what about those people that are in the simulation with you? What happens to them? They're gonna be in it hurt because you're not there with them in the simulation. Because they don't know it's a simulation.
Nobody does.
Okay, what
No
you
one
need to
will
think
know.
about is if you end your simulation's over. Other people are still in theirs. Maybe theirs hasn't ended. Maybe they're still in the game. They haven't.
But they're
gotten
still
to
in the
their
game, but thinking that why they're hurt because they could have done something to stop you from killing yourself.
That's why it's a simulation.
Okay,
It's a
it's a
loop.
simulation, but if they you lose, your game over, right? Say game over, right?
Mhm.
Your game's over, but theirs isn't. But they feel bad because your game is over. Do you ever think about that?
Well, yeah, your game is.
If you want to talk about
over,
game,
but it's not over. If it's a simulation, then it can basically be a loop. You can just go back and get a different ending every time. If you know how you're gonna die the first time, say, I don't know, maybe you get hit by a car.
Do you want me just to quickly kill myself?
Hold on, no. And if you think about it, if you get hit by a car in one life,
3.5 years.
you could
I'm
go
joking.
back into that life and change that. You could not be there when that car's there. You could change how your life ends.
but that defeats the purpose of a simulation.
But it doesn't, because if you think about all the other simulations, when you die, you get to go back in. And you know where you die at. And you change it.
But
And then you progress more and more
that
into the
defeats
game.
it because if you change it, then you know that it's not.
It's not what?